Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Nami, and we'll be facing off against the Nautilus adventure from the Titans of Runeterra campaign. I figured I need to play Nami again. It's been a while after all, and especially in this adventure where we start the game off with 3 extra mana crystals, the setup I normally run on Nami is going to be very good. The Echoing Spirit is there because we definitely want more copies of the Nami's champion spell, and the champion spells costing 1 less is good for game plan. Then we have Chemtech Duplicator to duplicate our spells, which is important because this is a combo-centric deck. And then we have the Perfect Tech score, because it's a bit more flexible than the Grand General's counter plan. I know some people prefer Grand General's counter plan because, oh, it's extra copies of Nami's champion spell, but in order for that to work, you need to have Nami on the board, and you don't always have Nami on the board. Wild Inspiration, Evolution. Wild Inspiration is very good with the cards we create, but Evolution, it's +1 attack, +1/+1 here, and +1/+1 here, +3/+3 here. It feels bad to pass up a legendary power, but I feel like just the Wild Inspiration is so much better with our deck. I'm going to pick up the Wild Inspiration. Even though it physically pains me to do so, it's the correct choice. Now, we should start off the game with 5 mana, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that means next turn we can pop off with Nami, if we want to. Kind of do, but at the same time I'm worried about the opponent having removal. Yeah, I have 3 Namis in hand, let's just drop down 1. It would be nice if I could get a unit to buff. I guess we're just going to go for the ransom reaches and use whatever we get off of that as our buff target. I think I want to go for the card draw as the card that gets doubled. So let's do X-Core first. And then we go for the Eye of Nagakiboros. And then we draw 6. Yep.
The Mirai will never know fear again. Ride the surging tide.
We are going to overdraw 1. But what are the odds that we overdraw something important? Yeah, that's fine. Now we can start using our spells. Do I want... I'm going to go for another pause, just so I have another unit on board. And hopefully this clears up a hand space so we can go ahead and go for Nami's Ebb and Flow. Or we can get more value out of Nami's Ebb and Flow, because it will add 2 copies of the spell to our hand. Or the flow to our hand. And then this flow will add 2 more Ebb and Flows to our hand, so we're going to burn 1, unfortunately. But it's fine, because now we have all the hand space that we need. Now the question is, do I want to go off here, or should I wait for the next turn? I mean, if we go ahead and we deal with most of the opponent's stuff... Actually, You know what? Never mind. Let's just hold for the next turn. Yeah, I take 6, but I have healing, so it's fine.
Ride the surging tide. Rise with the surf.
Let's make sure that the cards the opponent send are completely unplayable. And now I'm just going to Bissell Guard.
Die before the Merc takes another.
Please don't be reckless.
And then we just win the game.
Let the tide carry
But
you.
I'm definitely going to have to do a bunch of spell casts first. Because I want to ensure that the opponent's actually dead, and I don't want to do math.
Surging tide.
This is just going to be most of the games.
Let the tide carry you.
Just casting a bunch of spells, overwhelming the opponent with that. It would be nice if I got something that
Rise with the surf.
benefits from spell casts. You know what would be nice?
Carry you. Rise with
The Jinx power that doubles ult spell and skill damage. That would be nice.
Ride the surging tide. Rise with the
Or
surf.
Anis,
Ride
the
surging tide.
the extra 2 spell damage. Just because this way we can deal with the opponent's stuff a bit easier. And we deal more damage to the opponent's nexus when the
Ride the surging
abs
tide.
do actually hit the nexus. But by this point I think our board is buff enough. And it's not like the opponent can answer this attack.
Let the tide carry you.
So let's just put the opponent out of his misery.
I don't think so.
If they ever do give Nami a 6-star, she will probably jump up from being above average in most situations to just being completely busted like Swain. At least that's what I think. Not really what I want. And neither is this. I guess we're taking Tri-Beam in probably later. Even though I can't actually proc it. I would definitely have preferred some card draw. I guess that's what's going to balance out this run. The fact that I don't have access to card draw. I'm just going to pick up the Brown, mostly because the Mighty Poro has Overwhelm and units with Overwhelm are nice. Definitely want to go for the Devourer of the Depths encounter though. The extra healer for the card cut is going to be very good. We need the extra consistency. We are a combo deck after all. Just like that. The Tri-Beam Improbability is just a terrible thing to get. It's not like there were any better options though. So I just try to make the best out of a bad situation. I can go for a Nami here, but do I want to? I don't think so. I think I'll just go for the coral creatures first. Try and see what the opponent does. That's fine. Let's just... Ooh. That's going to be nice. We're going to create a lot of cards. The opponent's just going to shove one of his units into the other, and I can't do anything about it, which is unfortunate. But hopefully Nami will help mitigate the damage coming off of the
I won't let my
elusive
swallowed
unit.
by darkness.
Ouch. It's fine, it's fine. It's just 24 damage. Let's drop down the Abyssal Guard.
Die before the Merc takes another.
We're definitely going to buff up this one with the keywords.
Ride the surging tide.
And I think I want to just go for one nab here. We're not trying to kill the opponent just yet. We're just trying to level up Nami and buff up my units. And heal our Nexus a little bit too, while we're at it. But next turn I need to decide if I want to go or not. I think it's going to be a yes on the going on next turn. Though the opponent's units are definitely large. Unfortunately these cards have fleeting, so I can preserve them for the next turn. But I figured it would be important to make use out of the our powers. The Embrace the Current mostly. Ebb and Flow. I'll take advantage of this and also heal my own units. We can afford to do it. Slowly and surely we're also chipping away at the opponent's Nexus health. Some random 4-cost follower and delay to a unit. Not really what I want. Honestly, I'm just going to do Wriggly, Barrelfish, Abyssal Guard, and then just going for the... I'm just going to go for the spellcasts.
Don't be reckless. We need you.
And I'll try to close out the game here. Even though I think it will be kind of hard to do so. Actually, this is a kill there, right? Actually, it's getting buffed up. I suppose we played the Abyssal Guard, which does buff that up. And now it does kill the elusive. So yeah, I'm going to go for this instead. Just because that secures the hit from the Burblefish. It's fine. I'm definitely going to attack like this. So no point in just keeping that there or keeping our units on the bench. I suppose I'll hold Nami back just in case the opponent has a way to survive this. Let's just go through all of these animations. Now we're hitting the opponent's unit. Took a while. Almost thought we would close out the game without killing it. But I think we're doing it on this last cast. There we go. And now we have a clean victory. Well, yeah, it's a clean victory. I mean, we're dealing 269 damage to the opponent's Nexus. No way, that's not clean. The opponent definitely didn't have a way out of that. We are taking a while though. Yeah, definitely more Wriggly Burblefish, especially if they draw a spell. The Tribeam Improbulator was surprisingly good, honestly. So I suppose he'll get to live for another encounter. But I'm definitely cutting the Elixir of Iron. It's a cheap spell, but it's not really something that we need. And we got the Elixir of Iron again. Although this time it invokes. That's interesting. Okay, this is something I want. Helps close out the game. The invoke is nice because it gives us more cards to play, but I would prefer it if it consistently gave us a spell. It can sometimes give us a unit, and that's not something I want. Now, this is an interesting choice. Do I want a spells chest, or do I want to cut a card from my deck? If I were to cut a card from my deck, I think I would cut the Tri-Beam probably later. Which I can do here, because it's going to be a healer encounter. So maybe I can hit an Ebb and Flow. Maybe. It's always nice if you can hit a Ebb and Flow with an item when you're playing Nami. Maybe something like this spell deals 1 extra damage or deals double damage but costs 1 more. I would be fine with that. This is a nice hand. I'm still not keen on committing Nami on the first turn. Just because the opponent can have removal. Let's drop down the coral creatures. See what the opponent does. That's fine. But that could definitely spell trouble for me if I let Nami onto the board. Because now the opponent just needs to play a single damaging spell. And that kills the Nami, yep. Fortunately, I held the Nami back. Let's do this. Ooh, Vanguard Sergeant, that's interesting. But Practical Perfectionist is interesting as well. Let's drop on the Practical Perfectionist. Try to copy... Ooh, Answered Prayers. Perfect.
It's like tomorrow, but it's
Now we draw an Answered Prayer on the next turn. 44 damage? Yeah, I can take the 44. Mostly because I'm playing Nami.
the current or be swept away.
And I can just heal myself.
Let the tide carry you. Rise with the surf.
I'm just going to do this so I can go ahead and heal or get some use out of my power. And the next turn I'm going to go all in. I can heal myself at
Let the tide carry
burst speed, so it's not like the opponent's going to be able to kill me with burn.
I will drive back the darkness. Ride the surging
In the process I'm also going to buff up the Practical Perfectionist to a nice amount of health, so it probably won't die. Probably.
with the surf.
Then I'm going to go for the ransom riches, pass priority back to the opponent, and then start, and in the process start buffing a different unit.
Ride the surging tide.
Hopefully I can deal with the
The surf.
units the opponent has on board with the first
Ride the surging tide.
ebb,
Let the tide carry you.
but considering the hits we're getting, I don't think that will actually happen.
The surf. Let the tide carry you.
Should be nice if we could get rid of Lord Broadmain at the very least.
Ride the surging tide. Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide.
Come on! 1 in 4. Actually, it's more than 1 in 4. Okay, we don't kill the Lord Broadmain, but at the very least we do manage to hit one of the opponent's units. Spellslinger, I guess.
Rise with the surf.
It's not perfect, but it could be worse. The Scrider. Nah, let's go for the cheap units instead.
My training is unconventional.
Ooh. That's a bit frightening. Especially considering the opponent has a Lord Broadman on board. Because now he can just kill my units with a single damaging spell or skill. Yep. I guess we're going to try and
Ride the surging tide.
heal our units. Or kill the Lord Broadman. That will also work.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide. Let the tide
And I still have a fuel. I haven't used the answered prayer yet.
Ride the surging tide.
Okay, we won't be able to kill the Lord Broadman, unfortunately,
Carry you. Rise with the surf.
because we're getting unlucky and missing a bunch of
Ride the
1 in
surging
3s.
tide. Let the tide carry you.
But at the very least we managed to get our units out of range. Actually going to let this go through. Hold back on the healing, just in case the opponent has an additional piece of removal.
Let the tide carry you.
Maybe I could bait the opponent into using said removal, and then I would just heal my units and I'd be fine. But it turns out it was unnecessary.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Now let's draw a bit more cards. Get some more Namis, so we can cast more Nami's champion spell. I already have more than enough damage on board, let's just attack. I definitely need to stop playing around and just go for the kill. Otherwise this video is going to be 2 hours long. It's fine, we're only like 20 minutes in, I'd say. Definitely this, because it gives me more card draw for that specifically draws champions. Yeah. I was saying, we're about 20 minutes in, I believe. So it's fine. Definitely want to cut the tri-beam in probably later. It was useful that one time, but unfortunately it's not going to be useful all the time. And at the very least the other spells I picked up draw more champions, which is going to be relevant. Do I want to keep the Bloodsworn Pledge? I guess, just because it gives me 2 more champions sometimes. Okay. Let's go for the ransom riches first, just to try and get something going. Okay, that's fine. Next turn I'm definitely going for the Nami. The question is, I'm going to have to pull the trigger on the Nami because the opponent just has a Darius. Really? I thought for sure the opponent was going to pull Nami with the Darius. I guess I was wrong. So this draws me 2 champions and buffs up my units. Actually 3 champions, never mind. I got it slightly wrong. Now we're at the point where we try to hit the opponent's units. Sure would be nice if I could get some way to buff up the damage on my spells. But I just have to manage with this. Let's go for this last cast and then let's pass priority back to the opponent. I don't want to waste all of my healing just yet. Nothing. Okay then. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled spell spamming. Let's heal our nexus and our units. Pretty sure we can just set up so that next turn the opponent doesn't have a board and I just kill him with the units I do have on board. We're going to pull here, pull here. Okay, that unit's already at full health. We can go ahead and switch for to all our other units. Nami's at full now. Let's heal up the Poro. Just in case he has Noxian Guillotine. I don't want him to remove my units with that. And now that our Poro is full, we can heal up our Nexus. And let's just close this out next turn. We already played enough spells to kill the opponent twice over. Or almost twice over.
I'm proud to call myself Tidecaller.
Now, what could we get on our champions that makes this even better? I suppose Immortal on Nami for the extra protection. Gearing up. Your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage. Well, that's exactly what I was asking for. So 3 damage ebb and flow. Yeah, I'll take it. Slot bot, spells chest, champion item chest. I want the spells chest. Maybe we'll get lucky and get an ebb and flow with an item on it. So it's pretty hard. When you don't have a spell already in your deck, getting a copy of a specific spell becomes significantly harder. Because of how many spells there are in the game. It's just not consistent enough. Anyway. Let's try to bait the opponent with another push.
All will kneel before Noxus.
I'm not sure I want to pull the trigger on Nami yet, because that thing is going to stun Nami and then Nami takes 4. But if I go for Nami here, I can level her up earlier. And I can use the pranks to scout out a bit the opponent's end. Maybe mess up his game plan. Let's do 4 there. This is our 3rd spell. Yep. I'm actually going to double up the prank. Not the card draw, because I don't need the card draw. I have those 2 for the card draw or for tutoring more champions, so I'm fine on that front. I'd rather have the hand knowledge and the disruption. Maybe this will make the opponent's turn a bit more awkward.
The prettier the rose, the sharper the thorn.
That's fine. Let's play the Mighty Poro. It's a decent jump blocker for that. Let's give him more keywords, I guess. Then we can use the parlay to draw 2 champions. 3 actually. But that won't hit the 3rd time. I want to go be greedy and draw 3. Yeah, I want to be greedy and draw 3. So I won't kill the opponent's unit just because of that. Let's see if my greed ends up being my downfall or not.
Gloves off.
Okay. That's not a worrying attack. Just going to ebb and flow. Hopefully get some good hits on the opponent's units.
Ride the surging tide. Let the tide carry you.
It was a decent hit, the first one on the Turn of the Rose. Maybe we get a second one? Okay, no, we got one on the legendary rear guard. Okay, so it's safe. The Turn of the Rose is going to trade here.
Surging tide.
Ooh, that thing's going to be brought down to 1. Maybe we might be actually able to kill the Minotaur
Surging tide.
Reckoner.
Let the tide
Come
carry
on, 1 in
you.
4.
The surging tide.
Okay, it's fine. We kill the general instead,
Ride the surging tide.
and we kill the Thorn of the Rose. Not perfect, but it could be worse. Now we can just drop this down. I'm just going to do this to buff up the units.
Tide carry you.
This is going to get stunned at the start of the next turn. Unfortunately. Actually, no, it was the Nami. Okay, right.
Ride the
I don't
surging
remember
tide.
why the Nami was not stunned the first time around. But it doesn't matter, the opponent's just dead.
Ride the surging tide. Rise with the
He
surge.
doesn't even get to keep the Minotaur Reckoner as a blocker. So unless he has a fast or burst speed way to deal with this, he's done for. Which he doesn't, obviously. He's in Noxus. They only have slow speed spells. Actually, no, they have one fast speed.
Stay for a while longer.
Or I said spells, I mean stuns. And even then I was wrong. They have one fast speed stun. But it's 5 mana and it only stuns a unit. So even then they wouldn't have been able to survive that. Let's get some more spells. Tear of the Goddess, Bloodsworn Pledge. Yeah, that's great. Now it's even less awkward to use that card. Phantom Prank's not ideal though. Do I want to reroll once here? I'm going to reroll once here just because I want the power. Summon the weakest follower from your deck. That's fine. A little bit more consistency. And we have 3 spare rerolls, so I'll use one here. Just in case I got a good spell. Ravenous Flock drawing an additional champion. I think we have enough of that. Let's just move on. Champion item chest or spells chest. Let's go for the spells chest. I'm still holding out hope that we'll get a item for the ebb and flow. Now, do I want to keep the Braum? I'm going to keep the Braum. I haven't actually played the Braum a single time this entire run, so maybe I'll play him now. Probably the only time where Braum won't be that terrible.
How can Brom help? Here's a big one.
It's fine. Let's do a prank. Scout out the opponent. Definitely getting rid of that. Or making it harder to cast at least. Just so the opponent can't easily go for it. And hit deep when I'm not expecting it.
Can a spirit fight to the death? Thinking I'll learn soon.
That's 3, so my next spell is going to be doubled. Perfect. Now I can go for 2 parlays in order to draw 2 champions. Yeah, I'll pass. I was considering whether or not I use Braum to kill the 9-1, but at the end I decided against it.
My quest is
I
dangerous.
just figured it wouldn't be good enough.
Go and harvest it.
That's fine, because with the setup I currently have, I can just kill your units without even have to worry about you getting rid of my Braum. I could let him hit or kill the Braum just so I could rally, but I'd rather do this and do a bunch of spell casts. Now let's see what he hit. Come on! hit the Abyssal Eye. Okay, that first one didn't hit the Abyssal Eye, but it's fine. We're going to get 2 more shots at it. Abyssal Eye 1 time. Okay, not the Abyssal Eye. And okay, we hit the Beast Below instead. That's fine. That just increases the odds of us hitting the Abyssal Eye. Now it's a 1 in 3 instead of a 1 in 4. Can we hit it though? Doesn't seem like it. Instead we hit the Geol Hunters. Well, that's still fine. I am still buffing up my units. There we go, that's a hit on the Abyssal Eye. Yeah, I'll try to get rid of it. I was considering whether or not I let him hit, but not even going to let him do that, just to deny the card draw. I'd be perfectly fine with the damage though, because I can heal it up. Two to a unit? Sure. That gives us 1 more unit on board. We can flow to heal it up, or to heal Braum up. And after I cast this Ebb and Flow, I'm just going to call it quits and let the opponent end his turn, or use aggressive turn. Although, considering the amount of ebbs that I have in my hand, I might be able to just bombard the opponent with Ebb and Flows to victory. I could do that. And we're already halfway there. This is still faster, I think. Just pass priority back to me and then attack with everything. The opponent doesn't have an answer. Drawing is not going to get you there, opponent. Yeah. Poor guy. And we're at the last boss. Finally. Took us long enough. Actually, surprisingly, it didn't take that long. Surprisingly. We're actually on par with most champions I've played here. Dawn and Dusk. Shimmering Mirage. Bundle Tailstones. Nah, let's leave. We value the consistency, so we don't want to dilute our deck with a card that we don't necessarily want. That's a good argument to not pick up the mini, or to cut the Minimorph. But Minimorph can come in handy against Nautilus because he has large units. Then again, if we're at a point where we need to cast Minimorph on something, I think I'm already losing that game. Yeah, let's get the Minimorph. So we're at a 33 cards. I've had less, but I think our deck is still consistent enough. We should be able to deal with Nautilus quite easily. I do have to worry because Nautilus has the Riptide to shuffle a champ, or to shuffle something back into the deck. That can be used to get rid of my Nami. So I'm going to try and bait it out with a Braum on the first turn. Braum on the first turn also allows me to go for a pull on the Nautilus, which generates another unit that I can use Nami to buff. Let's cut out the opponent's hand. Yeah, definitely want to deny the Vile Fist. This is fine. I didn't cast the Take Heart there on the Braum because I wanted the consistency on drawing Namis with the spells that we can use with the Hero's Horn. Well, let Braum die here. Honestly, I would prefer if Brom died instead of being obliterated. But I don't think I have a way to save Brom, unfortunately. Other than going double Bloodsworn Pledge, and that's not something I want to do. So I have to let that happen, unfortunately. But hey, now I can drop down Nami safely. Let's escort there.
Tide carry you. Ride the surging tides.
I definitely want to double up the Bloodsworn Pledge,
Rise with
because
the
I want
surf.
the card draw.
Let the tide carry you. I will find the moon's
Now we hit 3 Namis off of this,
Ride the surging tide.
which is extremely important, because those 3 Namis are going to prevent us from taking a bunch of damage here.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Hopefully we remove that thing, or at least one of them.
Ride
If we remove at least one of them, then the others will be easily blocked.
let the tide
Let's
carry
cast the
you.
Event Flows.
With the surf.
Make sure that we cast the Event Flows first, because those don't generate anything.
Tide. Let the tide
Then
carry
we
you.
go back to casting the flows.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide.
That way we waste the least amount of spells, because hand space is our biggest constraint.
Rise with the surf. Let the tide carry you.
Okay, that's the
Surging
one of the opponent's units gone.
surf.
Now we can just handily block. Let's do this. The opponent heals 3, but it's fine. We have set up so that Nautilus dies once I hit him with some more Event Flows.
We need you.
I'm actually just going to do this.
Carry you.
If I manage to
Surf.
hit Nautilus here, that just opens up the door for me to open attack next turn.
Surging tide. Rise.
And then the opponent's just going to have one singular,
Let the tide carry
what's it
you.
called?
Ride the surging tide.
Sapling. Yeah. The opponent's just going to have a singular sapling to block,
Carry you. Rise
which
with the
definitely won't make a difference against our various 24 attack overwhelm unit.
surf. Let the tide carry you. Ride the surging tide. Rise with the surf.
And after this too, let's call it a turn. Don't want to
Ride
waste too much time here playing with our food, especially considering the game's already over. Oh no, a singular sapling.
away.
Oh, the opponent has options. Sapling Toss doesn't do it, and Wildfist doesn't do it. Well, that was fun. It's always nice to play Nami every once in a while, but not too frequently though. My hand gets a bit tired from all the clicking on the cards when it comes to casting spells. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.